Hello everyone, this is Burikwa Binks and welcome to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we had Jake Marshall up on the stand and we had to talk to him and get him to confess, hopefully, that he was in fact the fake Bruce Goodman who attacked Officer Meekins. But yeah, at the end we left off with pretty much us putting him in the corner. But actually before that, something interesting happened that it turns out Lana had sent for Gumshoe to bring us the SL9 incident files, and it turns out that they were about a serial murderer, and everybody who's involved in this case was involved in that case, including Emma. And Emma freaked out and ran away, so I don't know. She hasn't come back yet, so she looked pretty upset. Felt kind of bad for her. All right, let's continue on, and hopefully we can get Jake Marshall to admit it now. In 8 words or less, yes.
I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Ooh, that was interesting to see him like that.
Order, order, order! Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What? Olay? What the hell? Is he only doing that because it's Jake Marshall we're talking to and he likes to use random Spanish words? That's actually pretty funny. Oh my god, I'm still yawning. Sorry, guys. It's not gonna stop until I eat.
Olay! Please answer the question.
What is he now? A bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. It's pretty obvious, dude. That's right, the only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was... excuse me.
This is kind of confusing.
Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
So this is kind of confusing. I wish they hadn't labeled it this way, but they're referring to the fact that they still say that someone was killed there. So the V is for victim, and that's the person in the white trench coat. And K for killer is Officer Meekins, even though we know he didn't kill nobody. So for this case, we have to actually present on the victim. Really strange that they did that. Alright, Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There. But that's...
Excuse me. Wow, I could barely talk right there.
That's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed a detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. No. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. Okay. Okay, he pulled a knife, which was really rude. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it.
Oh,
So simple indeed. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it?
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
Wait, you said this earlier.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence? Any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I know how you could get the evidence.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
Ugh, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Ugh, this happens so often in these games. It's like, dude, it's so obvious. Come on now. Why do you have to have every single little thing proven? Eh. Oh, okay, Edgeworth. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. Ugh. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I just started out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? That's so nice of you, Edgy Poo. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Nick, try thinking outside of the box. Nick? I didn't think she ever called you Nick, but okay. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? Edgeworth already knows, he's just helping us out.
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman.
Oh my god, what do I gotta do? Sorry. It's actually making me really mad.
As Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
To put that white cloth in, duh. Yeah. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Can't you send an officer to go get it? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
I already know. So let me fast forward this. Okay. Okay. I saw it earlier and I freaked out, so um wait. There it is. Oh, poor Meekins. It's right here. Look at all that blood. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what that reason was, yet.
Yet,
However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
a bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Mm-hmm.
Not bad, huh, partner?
There we go.
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. What?
2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here, now would we?
Uh-oh. Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
All right, it seems the time's come.
Are you gonna go to jail for this? Marshall's confession. Alright.
I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera.
So the knife you're always carrying around, is that the one you injured him with?
There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you?
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Yeah, this is what I was wondering too. Large quantities of blood traces were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be?
Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
That was a lot of blood, though. It looked like too much blood for that. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Had to do it that day and let it die. Let what die? Have a feeling, but let's hear it. When you say it, you mean
Do you even have to ask, partner?
the SO9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transfer that day.
Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When the case is closed, only the detective who was in charge of it can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why I
stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I plan to take out the evidence. Okay, well, let's just press on everything, I guess. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
Huh. Interesting. So you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card.
I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. Interesting. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What do you mean, partner?
I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Normally that locker shouldn't have opened. Ah, but who did that? Yeah, so it opened because a rubber glove was stuck in the door by chance? Then Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. That's strange.
I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins.
I knocked him out. Alright, let's press on that too. Might as well. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off?
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
I'm so sorry my dog is snoring, guys, in case you hear him. Nothing I can do about that.
Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. He was just doing his job. When did Edgeworth get so much influence?
Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this one?
What the hell? I don't know what to say.
So what happened next?
Managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. Yeah. So you did your research beforehand.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. Security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left.
However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins.
If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there.
What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So, what you're saying is, on that day,
no murder in the evidence room, which is gonna screw over Lana, but oh well. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, partner. Oh, it's me, and I'm not dead yet, partner.
So, you stole the evidence from the locker?
Actually, no, I didn't.
Uh-oh. Why not?
When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor. Uh-oh. See, there's more to this. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Sad music time. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why?
Not really, but we have this incident files that we have not had a chance to look through. Okay, I'll keep going. Alright, let's see. Closed. Criminal. Joe Dark. Serial murder. Sentence death. Victims. Edward Jones. Jason Knight. Edith Kirby. Rachel Moss. Jeff Bates. Neil Marshall. Hold your horses. Marshall. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses Lana Sky. Emma Sky. Oh dear. Damon again, Lana Sky. Bruce Goodman. Jake Marshall. Angel Star. How about this? Neil Marshall. Makes you wonder, who is Neil Marshall? So, alrighty then. Let's press and then we'll present that. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for those crimes. One thing I can say for sure, he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files. Alright, let's go to the end. You know why. Alright. Let's present this. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Really, doggy? Why are you so loud? Sorry. Alright.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here.
Ugh.
In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall?
How does Edgeworth not know?
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago,
Oh,
he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
so he was a prosecutor.
What? A prosecutor?
He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did.
That's right. He was killed, and the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you?
They look alike. Oh, I feel sad now.
He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, chief detective at the time. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Doc. My brother fought Doc and was killed. That was the first time Doc left behind any evidence. That was all we needed.
So sad.
He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Doc. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions.
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say.
What the hell? Edward, his brother died. Stop being a prick.
No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Although saying, oh, my brother couldn't lose a fight, I guess it does sound kind of foolish. I don't know. Maybe your brother just got caught off guard. I don't know.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
I wonder who's older and who was younger. You know, I can't really tell if Neil was older or younger than him, so. So sad. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Ugh, not good. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's got to be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office's parking lot was the real one.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department.
It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner.
All the mysteries at the police department have been uncovered. No contradictions remain. The murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Starr. If you have a response, make it one word or less. Ah! No, you're supposed to say objection, you fool. I rest my case. Whoa, wait, I just saw Emma there. Was that an oopsie? She was not there. Why did they do that oopsie? What the hell, game?
It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant.
Object, Phoenix, object! What the hell? And you saw how Emma wasn't there? Wait, now she's there. What the hell?
Your Honor, wait.
Emma.
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
Oh boy. I don't want to leave any loose ends. Aw, you're a softie to a little girl crying at you. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Aw, you're so sweet.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky's sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No.
I see where she's going with this. Oh, hold on a sec, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Got a phone call. Alright,
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue.
A clue. Okay, sorry.
So I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Oh boy. Then we have no grounds to object. Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
But how about the fact that there's a bloodstain there at all? You know what I mean? Because Jake didn't touch that. So, what the hell? Me. Oh boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
Yes! I'm screaming yes at the top of my lungs! Just listen to me, Daniel! It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Okay. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If ever I needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I say yes, and we'll totally go into that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day.
Bye!